Well, next, it's something we have been hearing about for some time, the threat of AI coming after human jobs. And while it might not yet be fully replacing humans in some sectors, as we've been hearing as well, it is becoming more present in the workplace. That might put some quote unquote white collar jobs at risk. To talk about this, Francis Syms is here, Associate Dean of the Faculty of Applied Sciences and Technology at Humber Polytechnic. Polytechnic, yeah, sorry, making sure I got the name of the institution right. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, I'm great. I'm happy to be with you guys again.
So, what are the white collar jobs most at risk of being impacted by AI right now?
Yeah, the jobs that I like to think about that will first AI will first come for are the ones that I call intellectual labor jobs. And I call it that because I like to think of the Industrial Revolution. If you were a ditch digger at that time, well, then a backhoe comes along and it replaces you. And so hopefully you went on to do something else. So the people that will be first affected are the people that are coordinating, administering, doing basic research, maybe doing scheduling. And I think of some of those jobs like if you're a law clerk or a paralegal in a law firm, you might be grabbing all that case law together, all those other cases for your lawyer, putting it in a report. Now that lawyer can leave at the end of the day. They can ask the AI to do it, and probably before they get home, right, to have supper, it's done. And so that's a job that'll be affected. If you're a bookkeeper or you're a HR coordinator, there's impact there too. And it's problematic because those are jobs that people live their lives based on, but they're also the entry-level jobs that help to grow our young people graduating from colleges and universities into leaders later on. So it's a sort of a double-edged problem.
Um, Obviously, this is all continuing to develop and evolve AI. How soon will we actually see it in the workplace if you kind of look at some examples?
Yeah, we're starting to see it this year. So last year, we all used what we call generative AI, which is using like ChatGPT to write emails, or maybe if you're a student, help to write an essay. This year, we're moving into agentic AI. And so what that means is AI can start doing more complicated tasks. So let me give you an example. If you're a doctor, a general practitioner, you can now record your appointment, right, the audio of your appointment with your patient. With agentic AI, you can take that audio recording, transcribe it, right? That's fine. But you can actually automatically book the requisitions that you might need, like the blood work or the x-ray, order the prescriptions automatically, and then book the next person's appointment. So what that might mean is no longer do you need the medical secretary 5 days a week. You might only have to ask them to come in for 1 day a week. And so I think in the next couple of years, we're going to start to see this. And we've seen alarm bells being raised by CEOs of Ford, from Amazon, from Walmart, saying that these job losses are going to start to happen in the next year or two.
In Manitoba, I mean, I can't help reflecting. We just got plastic health cards. We don't even have our electronic records updated yet and being shared widely, just to use a healthcare example. Are we ready for this? Is Canada ready for this?
I don't think so at all. So Canada, as you can see with this recently announced task force from Minister Solomon, our AI minister, it's very focused on the innovation and the technology. 26 individuals that are from big universities and mostly big tech are on this task force defining the strategy around AI. But what was missing were trade unions, tradespeople, colleges, polytechniques, and small and medium businesses. And those are where the impacts are going to be felt first, I think. And what we need is really a national strategy, because it's not like there's going to be like a layoff at one plant and then the government will work with that owner to find how to retrain those people. We're going to start to see layoffs across all sectors across the entire country. So we really need that national strategy to be put in place, and one that holds those companies to account, because right now there is no accountability for the companies that are creating these tools.
And holds into account how to be part of the retraining process?
Maybe. Like, I think if you're building, say, a new building, a business park or a condo, say, in Winnipeg, well, likely you have to work with the city to say, okay, in order to get the approvals to build, I have to give back. I have to build a community center or give money towards that, or build a park or do something instead of just taking. Right now, these companies basically strip mine our intelligence because we all upload everything to them. Sometimes they charge us for it, and then they take that information and then sell it back to our employers, right? To say this is how you make your business more efficient. So it doesn't really make sense. It's not like really a balanced equation. So we need the federal government to find a way to hold those companies to account, maybe for the retraining and the upskilling, because we know that people have busy lives, they have debt, they have kids, elderly parents. They can't. How are they going to find the time or the money to do the retraining themselves?
Um, and I guess, is there anything that people can do to future-proof their careers right now? How would you suggest we view this? Because it's coming.
Yeah, and so I think what you can do is think of it this way. In the next few years, anyway, AI is not going to replace your job, but somebody that knows how to use AI might. So what I mean by that is the best thing you can do is think about how you can learn AI. Find that space. Maybe talk to your manager. Start to play with those tools because AI is not good at the communication piece, not good at the leadership piece, the ethics, the critical thinking, the creativity. So many artists in Manitoba and Winnipeg. AI cannot do that now. And so if you can, with those skills, combine them with the just a little bit of knowledge of AI, that could be a bit of a superpower for you and help to protect you going forward, at least for the next few years.
All right, Francis, thank you as always.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
That's Francis Syms, Associate Dean for the Faculty of Applied Sciences and Technology at Humber Polytechnic.